this Ideapod Salon on virtual reality. Two of our users, Damian Moratti, met on Ideapod, and they're sharing news of the business they're building together, a virtual reality business, which we're really excited about. We've got a number of users have met here at the home of Thinker, and we're really looking forward to hearing more. We've set up this hangout at the request of some of our users that would like to participate online. And we're going to set the computer down in the corner so that people can see what's going on. And we'll get a few users to come and say hello during the broadcast. Thank you. Sorry, excuse me.
Which was way more than the actual reality is so close. And that usually happens with, student nice. Yeah, that's how everyone does it. I'll have to take account of only on Justin's. Yeah, that's all we check. But yeah, if you check that, it brings back So what are you involved in there, guys? What are you involved in?
I'm retired. I'm principal of the school. So now I'm entities.
Okay.
My son runs an entity business.
Right.
He's living overseas. So because it's all registered in Australia, there's quite a bit of work with the family here. So I'm sort of contract stuff. We both run in different ways. We both do most of the editing.
And the thing is that
Whatever. I mean, we get most of our work from universities. Whatever. We get some business work. Yeah, we get quite a few books.
So I think we've got a few viewers here. I'm glad that you're all here. We're going to be allowing people to meet up with each other in the next 20 minutes. Because as we know, part of the idea sharing, one of the great things to happen
you know more about me than I know
people meet each other.
I love you.
So there's a bit of networking going on, and then we'll start introducing ourselves to each other. And some of the users will get the opportunity, well, all of the people here will be trying out one of the headsets. And we're going to be entering the world created by Thinker and Damian Moratti.
No, I'm not. I've got some investment.
I'll introduce you to one of our earliest adopters, Jeanette Brown. You can find her at ideapod.com/Jeanette. And here she is.
I don't know him at all. But I've known him about Ideapod for about a year.
It's a great privilege to be here and be part of this evening because obviously the theme is virtual reality and it's something I know a lot about. So I'm really looking forward to learning about it. And also, I'm really interested in the fact that we've got Thinker and Damian from Ideapod who have connected with each other and developed wonderful virtual reality experience that we're going to be seeing tonight. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm really interested in that journey. I'm in a similar sort of track. I'm kind of leaning on Justin's sort of, what he has. But I've been working on LinkedIn, as I said before. There's quite a few authors, when you say that you're an editor, there's quite a few people who actually write articles on it. Just about everyone is screaming that LinkedIn is not working the way how they would like to. And I found a little bit a back door, in order to find out the information I really would like to.
Yes.
I'm just about to start something to make it eventually out of that.
It's interesting.
To offer service to also that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often wonder, thinking, I mean, I've seen it, like, I get emails often, would you join someone, you know this person, and I never do it because I just can't see it. I mean, no, I'm not a technology native as these young people, right? But I just don't see it. Are you on LinkedIn?
No, I'm not really a great user of it. I think that's pretty really cool at the moment. You can sit down and say messages.
You do.
No,
Is that what he wants people to
I
say?
don't know.
Maybe you should turn it towards everybody.
I don't know.
Give what he's saying, I'll be recording.
Oh, it's just been, just turn that around.
And get all the different people. No, that's a great idea. If you can get something that really works and has
Well, that's what I'm doing. I've had some fair bit of encouragement from others.
So what are you talking about?
I'll concentrate on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
There's quite a few people who write articles. Writers in everything. There's quite a few people who write articles on just the themselves and the service control. So it's
I find it's really fun. Especially the first time. Absolutely.
And
The novelty is just like.
so what a lot of people now are coming in. These type of articles are not being seen by people who do
Somebody else would be able to go.
Yeah.
Especially on mic standards.
Including the open.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything out of itself. But in essence, it's creating services like any other. So it's a shortcut to the task. So I'm providing a shortcut. It's almost better to
I really good stuff. Really just
right? And this is the most trained
Oh my God.
No, it's just so do you think it's something that
That is so cool.
It's like I'm running a test cycle.
Watching YouTube videos.
Yeah,
So for those of you that are watching the webcasting of the Ideapod Salon, this is Dennis. He's one of our earliest users. and he's going to speak a little bit about Ideapod.
Hi guys, I don't know how many of you know. This is my first podcast ever based on anything. This is unbelievable, just letting you know. I just tried on one of these Oculus headsets with hand motion sensors, and I've never experienced anything like it. So it's such a wonderful thing that two people, for the first time, I've never met before, were introduced to each other on Ideapod and created this new tech company, and we're at this meeting with so many excited people. So we talk about my excitement.
What's your username on Ideapod?
Dennis. D-N-I-Z.
Z for you Americans out there.
So yeah, it's amazing here. Wish all you guys were here because it's pretty fantastic.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I tried a virtual reality headset for the very first time before. I didn't look at a new immersive world. I had the headset on, which filtered reality for me. And what we're going to be doing soon is we're going to be entering the world created by Damian Moratti and Deep Thinker. And I'm just really excited to see what they've got to offer.
It's going to be amazing. It's amazing. Like, I think this is going to increase the number of serendipitous links or relationships or bumps or whatever you want to call them with people that are equally passionate about things out there. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. Yeah, anyway, also
originally my idea, I didn't do anything with very gentle. The sun he's hard enough because so I know. Now I was going to that's how we make it.
The next point is saying, and he's actually supporting having your own son believe of course she does. But he also sees some everything. So I don't understand what you're saying. He's looking for it should have I need 2 seconds. So I can see use
Hello everyone, this is Sarah. Sarah is a virtual reality enthusiast who has found her way to the Ideapod Salon today, and I believe you're creating a world in Antarctica.
Hoping to.
Yeah, so we've got some of the Ideapod users that decided to join the webcast. Would you like to tell them a little bit about what you're doing?
Well, it's in the very beginning stages at the moment, but hoping to go to Antarctica and film virtual reality stuff there for example, the Oculus Rift or whatever is the new thing at the time. Along with a storyteller who will do sound recordings, interviewing people there and create atmosphere through sound, so that people at the end can view Antarctica, be immersed in the space and listen to the sounds and listen to a story in the hope that it will inspire people to become more interested in Antarctica and interested in the future of Antarctica. The treaty is going to be ending soon-ish. doesn't allow peace of mind there. So I think it's an interesting time going out to here and interesting for people to get to know about it and a good time for people to get to know a little bit more about the space and appreciate it. And being so remote, obviously everybody can't go there. So I'm hoping that I can virtually take people there. What is this? This
is some of the Ideapod users who have tuned in to see what's going on. No, this is not the virtual reality. No, that's coming in soon.
Yeah, I was like so awkward. I was like, blah.
That's cool. No, fair enough. It's just it's kind of a live streaming of the whole salon for anyone that wanted to be part of it. Hey, Dennis. Oh, we've got more viewers. Nice to see you all. Sorry if it's very unplanned and unscripted. It's a day for serendipity. Yeah, so thanks everyone for joining us. There's many more than I expected to jump online. We certainly would have promoted the online hangout, maybe made a more structured hangout, in relation to what's going on. As I said before, for those of you tuning in, everyone's sort of saying hello to each other, sharing a mutual common interest in virtual reality and the potential of creating new and immersive worlds. In the case of Deep Thinker and Damian Moratti, they're building a business. They're building immersive worlds that help create cognitive shifts in various different areas. So it's a new collaboration for them. We're super excited they met on Ideapod. A few other users have come, some of them I've never met before, which is really nice to see. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining in. In about 5 minutes, we'll have everyone introduce themselves, and we'll make sure that that can be visible from the computer itself.
Just press it.
Can I borrow you for just a moment?
You can borrow.
Yeah. So I'll introduce you to another one of the Ideapod users. This is Graham. Graham, this is a webcasting of the salon. So a number of the Ideapod users requested that they can tune in to be part of it, even if they're not actually in Melbourne and able to join. So Graham, I don't know if you have anything to say to the Ideapod users out there.
Well, no, I hope they get something from tonight, because we will. And it's really great to meet other Ideapod users here too. So I think if you can see what's happening tonight, I think you'll get something from it. So that's fantastic.
Great, great. And for those of you wanting to connect with Graham, I believe your username is Graham. So that's at ideapod.com/GRAEME.
Yeah, that's right.
You can see Graham's ideas. I believe it's generally a combination of bird watching, politics, climate change, often articles you've read, things like that. So that,
yeah, we're very stereotyped, aren't I?
Well, I wouldn't call bird watching a stereotype.
No, but I've only done 2 on bird watching out of 80 odd, but I do like it. But politics is an interest, and just general things,
And Graham, have you thought about what your 100th idea will be?
No, it's too long away.
I've still got 20 odd to go. That could take 20 weeks to do.
Okay.
A long time away.
Right, yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you all.
nice to meet you, Graham. For the Salon. David Dilly, have you spoken to the Ideapod users?
No, I haven't. What up, Ideapod users? Can I lay a little bit of like a slam poetry poem?
I think we'd be most delighted and honoured.
So, an Ideapod just dropped from my mind. Not sure if it's mine or I streamed it online. I hope that it manifests this time, because too many times my ideas have gone missing. I've been fishing to reel them back, wishing my memory line wasn't so slack. Thought line track needs new facts and to be backed up. In beta testing, don't get hacked. Code's been cracked. Open up, let it out. All those lovely thoughts in your mind. Share them now. I'll show you how. Upload to Ideapod today. Positive feedback loops, no delay. What up, Jason Silver? Fill us with awe. Shots of awe. We want more of this. It's not over yet.
Absolutely amazing. Wow. Thank you. That was very, very, very excellent. If people want to find you, Dave, on Ideapod,
Yeah,
I believe your username is Dave Dilly.
Dave Dilly.
Right.
Yeah, so DaveDilly.
So that's ideapod.com/Dave Dilly.
Yeah,
You can find a few beats.
find a few beats, a couple of YouTube clips, but yeah, inspired thoughts from other
Inspired.
people, because I always seem to like track off I've noticed that a couple times. It's like, oh, great idea, David. Refer back to the idea that I had, which is like pretty much exactly the same as you. It's like, oh, whoops. Didn't know we had the exact same idea.
I think that's the thing about ideas, right? Is that no one really owns an
They're
idea.
shared, yeah.
Ideas are exchanged.
Yeah.
Great quote by George Bernard Shaw,
Yeah.
which is that if I have an apple and you have an apple and we exchange apples,
Yeah.
we each have one apple.
Yeah.
If I have an idea, you've got an idea, and we exchange ideas,
Two ideas.
we each now have two ideas.
Oh, huge.
So
knowledge drop.
let's just get the ideas out there, make the idea bombs,
Yes.
get them on ideapod.com, and
I'm
reveal them.
overheating. It's too much energy in the room. And it's only 3 of us.
Yeah.
Have you seen Finn, the cameraman? Oh, dearie. He's capturing it 1080p styles.
That's great. Okay. Well, I
Awesome.
think we're going to
Nearly starting this
introduce
up.
everyone in just a moment. So.
This is like self-child entertainment.
I mean, it's been around for a while.
Is it going to be spiders? I do get watches in these things. I feel like I'm in The Simpsons when Homer goes into the plasma.
Like sensor suits or something.
Not really. I'm not feeling sick yet, but I do tend to get pretty much sometimes to these things. I watched this one at the Tantra conference where they were doing a virtual store walkthrough. It was all computer generated, and I had a headache for like the rest of the day. I like this world.
My hand is start giving up the comments.
Even like in this funny I've done some ones where I feel this thing happen to tell me.
I've seen a guy with 2 like time control.
Yeah, when I first started to see it, I always
It's
it's okay. I was totally in love.
You're in my.
They're like, oh wow, yeah, I can't say that.
Yeah.
What's IR?
So you just work with
Oh, I see. We're great creative.
actually work with I'm very good. And then it's always love your ideas. So you just how Jake is like the worst case scenario.
I just don't think really so relevant.
Yeah.
I saw the joke and I had to take it.
It's the sound is a big part of it. So don't get too brother and I, you gotta relatively moderate. That's why it's agree with everyone like alien and everyone was they were like it's like internal
Because I'm myself in the other space as well.
the sound is the main a bit more
hello everyone. Please pay attention for one moment. So, and I've just got this computer here. Actually represents the number of people who are joining in. So just get that, giving a clear view right through. Thanks everyone for joining us for the Salon on virtual reality. It's so wonderful to meet everyone here. It's a great honour for us to have Nick and Damian hosting this Salon on virtual reality. I think they're going to share a bit more of the backstory that they met on Ideapod, I think around February last year. And it was really interesting for us as, you know, Ideapod was in beta and we were testing out the product to see, do people really want an idea sharing site? And will there be dialogue? And Deep Thinker saw it as a personal mission to create the dialogue on the platform by riling a few people up and engaging in some very spirited debates. And Damian felt himself up to the task. And I think a lot of conversations on artificial intelligence, the future of human consciousness, the singularity, and a whole range of other very, what some would say, very practical things. Very practical topics for the future. So we were really excited to see all of this spirited debate. We never expected such a wonderful thing to happen when they met in person in August. And you know, it was quite an emotional meeting when I was there myself. We got together. And it really was like two new best friends meeting after all this dialogue on the platform. And you'll hear the rest of the story in just a moment, but they've since built a business together in virtual reality. We're going to find out more tonight. So that's really wonderful. Before beginning, thank you to Jeanette and Graham for organising the catering, the food, the alcohol. Really appreciate that. That's great. Thanks everyone for coming. Before we hear from Damien and Nick, I was wondering if we could just all introduce ourselves really briefly. So by briefly, I mean sort of 10, 20 seconds to fly around the room, because there is quite a few people here. You just share your name and you know, how you've arrived here, whether it be a professional work interest from Ideapod, a friend, and we all know who's here. A few speeches or presentations, and I think we're going to open up into some networking and trying out of the virtual headsets. So very briefly, we'll go right around. Thanks.
So I'm Sammy. I'm the research for the company that Damien started. So yeah, so basically I've come on board and really excited about the new project.
Thank you. Cheers.
Hey, I'm David, and I came onto Ideapod through Jason Silver and he shot some videos. So,
Thanks.
I'm Kelly, and I'm a research manager.
Awesome.
David, one of the directors of Liminal, and I got introduced to this whole idea of Liminal through a drunken conversation with Nick at my dog's wedding. And I then heard about Ideapod subsequently through that as well.
My name is Franz. I got onto Ideapod through a friend of mine, Max, next to me. I've been on there for about a year. I met some great people through conversations, never met anyone in person, and I'm really pleased to be here to say hello to people, Dustin, and to meet two people.
Hi, I'm Jeanette, and I'm an avid Ideapod user, and I'm on Ideapod because it doesn't matter.
I'm Sarah. I got onto this through Dennis. I'm a photographer, and he thought I was doing. Yep, I'm Ella, and I am doing Ideapod through Dennis as well.
Okay.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Dennis. I'm both a friend and an investor in Ideapod, so I'm interested in virtually everything that you do.
I'm Lachlan. I'm the developer for and in general the
Hi, I'm Cynthia. I am interested in VR through Lachlan, and I heard about Ideapod last week. I've been kind of stalking it, and it's really cool.
Hi, I'm Roger. I'm here, I guess, to represent Stefan, who's the president of Avria, the Virtual Reality Association, and I'm here tonight to show the sense and view of VR.
I'm Jimmy. I'm involved with Ideapod through my backpack. I'm really best.
I'm Christine, I don't really excuse to watch or do my things.
Perfect for Ideapod.
My name's Graham, and I'm here like Jeanette and Dustin and his parents. I've been an avid user since it started, and I find it fantastic.
So yeah, thanks everyone. Great to have you here, and look forward to hearing more about Liminal.
Well, my name's Thinker. Some people also know me as Nick. But yeah, so I guess firstly, I'll say welcome everyone. It's really exciting for us to I guess be able to present to the community. Hi, Mark in cyberspace in California, and whoever else is logging on. I hope Christine, you're there as well. And welcome to Roger as well. We really appreciate you coming on such short notice. We only called him yesterday. They didn't even know we existed until yesterday, so that's all very exciting. So I guess what we'll do is tell you a little bit about our story. Damien and I think it's a pretty interesting story. Maybe on Ideapod, we were bitter enemies on Ideapod. As many of you will know, right? Many of you will know that we were going toe to toe, and you know, I don't know. Sometimes we still go toe to toe. But we've sort of, I guess, reconciled our differences, and we found a common path forward. So.
Or form the business to deal with those things.
The business is actually a mediation business. That's what it is.
We are conflict.
That's right. That's right. But anyway, Damian, do you want to?
Yeah. So, look, it's been quite a journey. It's been amazing, really. Like Nick and I met through Ideapod, and the night when we met was a bit awkward because we'd been fighting online. And I'm going to give Nick had made a really annoying, clever reply to something that I had written.
Incorrect.
Yeah, all seen it. And I remember just before we met, I thought, you know what? When we meet, we may, become friends. So I'll just slam him. so it's on the public record that he was wrong. And he read that just before he came in. So the first day we met was a bit awkward in a way, but almost straight away we overcame that, and the day after we met, I rang him, and we met shortly afterwards, and we decided that we wanted to work together. Ironically, after fighting online for months and months, we thought, why not start a business together? And it's actually worked remarkably well.
I think the way you put it is, let's use our powers for a common good. I think it was something like that. It was a little bit of that night. Just what's going on. But then we actually met each other, and it was like an instant familiarity. Like, and so I knew this guy very, very, very well. We shared all our opinions, teasing out all the issues on Ideapod. It's the best way to get to know someone. Really, it really was. And that's why it's worked, and we managed to bring together a great team based on our network. We approached Lachlan because we saw some work that he'd done on the App Store, and it was just amazing. It was the ways that we wanted to meet him straight away. And very quickly we cultivated this team that I think is quite amazing. It makes me very excited.
Oh yeah, Nick and I just went away and focused on the we had Sam and PhDs, the brains behind the operation. Kelly's amazing, David.
You tell them on the board for mental health innovation.
Yeah.
Like she asked me not to say it. So.
Yeah. David's the CEO of Psych Care, a huge and Lachlan is a genius. Lachlan is an amazing, he's just an amazing developer, and we're very, very lucky to have him. So it's gone from us arguing online to meeting up and fleshing out business ideas to working out. We went through a few false starts, didn't we? Like we were talking about silly things and copy apps and things like that. We're just never going to make any money. And then I got a Google Cardboard, and we started talking about the emergence of VR and how what's happening with the emergence of VR to a large degree is what happens with all new technologies, when you have people that have been working with old technologies to try to somehow convert the old technology to new technology, not realising the full potential of the new technology has. So what we're trying to do is with our team is to do something a bit different, and so we're developing immersive experiences that activate emotional and cognitive states, and we're very, very excited about that because we think that has huge potential, and having someone like Sam, really the entire team behind us, would be really. I don't know if I can speak, but I feel like there's a rocket ship that's strapped like that, and we've just taken off, and it's like, my God, where are we going?
That's right. It's all happening.
Yeah.
And it's happened so quickly. We've got a prototype already, for our first product.
But you guys have been the first people to use the prototype.
That's right. That's right. And it's still obviously very raw, but it will give, might give you a sense of where we're heading and what we're about. So I guess on that note, we might pass it on to Sam. He's our head researcher, and you can talk a bit about community enhancement and I guess products that we're building. And before
Samir does, I know Kelly asked me to mention, please feel free to help yourselves to the beers in the fridge. Help yourself to the wine, the food. You just stand up anytime and move around and get whatever you need. So don't feel held back by that.
So I'm Sammy, and I guess I got involved with a phone call from Nick. Nick called me up and goes, I've got this great idea. I need to come pitch it to you and your wife. I'm like, okay, all right, that sounds good. We've just had a new baby. Probably not a good time. I can't. He came in. And he goes, look, what I want to do is we can create this virtual reality program, but we really want your cloud behind it. Okay, interesting. And you know, Nick, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, we're just gonna, you know, you're obviously really busy, but we're just going to, you know, we're just gonna need your assistant.
Put your face on the website.
That's right.
That's all we want.
I'm like, yeah, sure, my reputation is on the line, you know, but you know, that's all well and good. But you know, but then what happened was, you know, the idea was really interesting and something that I'm really passionate about. I did my doctorate in the capacities of human cognition and, you know, looking at sort of, you know, working memory and the capacity to divide attention and how we have processes which allow us to get that capacity, which we don't know about, but we do automatically. So obviously it kind of fits in really, really well when someone starts talking to you about what we really want to do. You do cognitive enhancement, like, it sounds good. And then we had one problem. And a developer who was really interested. So I'm like, it sounds really, really good. It sounds really, really good. You know, but you kind of need a developer to write our program. And not can you know. Yeah, look, but I mean, it's really, I mean, I know we've got lots on board and it's absolutely fantastic. So, you know, I guess what we're really looking at is, you know, the capacity to create states of mind using psychological processes and stuff which has really been established in the literature for, you know, there's hundreds of years, you know, there's hundreds of years of research on this, you know, and using different techniques and using different types of processes to allow maximum processing information, change emotional states, you know, and it's a really, really exciting task. It sounds good, it's really, really hard. And so to find the literature is both challenging and really exciting at the same time. So what tends to happen is these guys come to me with an idea and I'm like, no, I can't do it. Because I'm a conservative. Fundamentally, I'm a conservative. You correct that? Yeah. And it's like, nothing can't do it. It can't be done. I think I've said that maybe 100 times already. Say, figure out a way.
Yeah, sort it out.
Figure it out a way.
That's your problem.
And look, and 90% of the time I leave the league, I'm like, this can't be done. Not publicly anyway. You know, but the thing is, like, you know, and what it does is it really pushes my own boundaries and what I'm willing to do. You know, how much you guys know about psychology, obviously you guys do. We're really, really conservative and we have an ethics and all this sort of crap that really, you know, really constrains us on what we can do. And so, you know, and so we come in from a conservative mindset, but this experience has really taught me to expand the mind, find solutions to problems and be more innovative. And I think that's fantastic. And I think that, you know, really is what this company is about, being innovative and bringing new technologies to the masses, basically. You know, and there's a lot of work to do, and it's a lot of work, but it's really, really fun. You know, yeah.
Well, I'm just sort of comparing my journey to what I've just heard.
That's right.
Which
yeah, I think I got headhunted by Dave rather than rather than the other way around. But, so we had a impassioned conversation at my brother's wedding. Well, actually, the night before my brother's wedding.
I think I heard half of that. I was a bit happy on the phone.
Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
it was getting broadcast even at that stage.
Oh, I have a feeling he called me a drunken state at one point.
And look, I think that's right. I think what drew me to the idea of VR and the ability to use that as a platform to commercialize psychology products is the passion that Nick described and the ideas that he described, which sounding to kind of articulate something already. But also, I was just very interested in being part of a company from a startup perspective, helping build culture, and indeed even if I can be a little bit bureaucratic, helping set in place a little bit of kind of governance and structure and even meeting minutes.
Being value,
Which
is amazing. Yeah, it's on track.
I hadn't necessarily thought I'd be doing, but that's proved to be something that's been of value and interest. And it's been great to get to know Sammy a little bit, Kelly and Lachlan, and then to see the different iterations of the one of our first draft products and how that's shaped up over time. So,
Dave, you want to get back your background as well?
So my original psychology background was forensic psychology. So that was secure hospitals, prisons, courts, lawyers, judges, sometimes seeing people in very, very different psychological states, from being pretty calm and progressing and positively thriving, as they would say, to the other end of that, which is where people are capable of the most brutal things, unpleasant things, and try to understand that psychological state. So those two extremes, I guess, in many ways, is partly what drew my interest around VR and how we can go about the whole process of articulating psychology in many ways. So,
I'd like to say a few words again, just about what you know, whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, so when I first did that VR, like the Oculus Kickstarter empathy game. Literally not a game, but it was like, for me, virtual reality is the next thing that happens face with it's not necessarily like material reality is even nice. And so for the first 6 months of my programming and working through all this stuff, I was really looking for a problem. I was manipulating with the little apps to play with and the psychology stuff without knowing anything about psychology and meditation stuff about meditation. And then out of complete nowhere, I get an email from Damian saying, hey, we've got this really great idea for a virtual reality experience. Do you want to come and meet with us? And his email footer is theitguy.com. It's like computer repairs. I'm going, I suppose I could make an ad for computer repairs. I get paid for it. And then him and Nick are there, and they start talking about cognitive psychology and mind expansion, and I'm like, oh, okay, fully on board in 30 seconds into the conversation. And then months later, here we are with a few iterations on a prototype, and I've pretty much found my focus in terms of VR development. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I think this whole project that Minimal's working on is going to be really cool. I think it sets, maybe not a precedent, we're probably not the first person people who do anything psychology and VR combined, but I think this is the place that VR is more interesting than games or other sort of experiences like that. I think changing humans for the better is so exciting.
I'll ask this question. Possibly not part of the format. Apologize.
Hard questions?
That's right. This is probably a good time to open up for a Q&A. So anyone who has questions, just wondering, as you described, you were saying about startups like buying. Think. What do you think about that? What are your ideas about how that kind of approach?
Well, personally, we think it's really great. Like what Think is doing. Think is, Sammy can. I think you're probably best placed. I'm not really across what they do, but Kelly, yeah, you would probably say probably about that.
Direct current stimulation, is that right?
Oh, look.
Kelly did a thesis on a similar sort of thing.
I on transcranial magnetic stimulation, but when you're talking about mechanisms to change the way your brain is functioning, there's a couple of mechanisms. So it's transcranial magnetic stimulation, that is an electromagnetic pulse delivered to the skull through, it's completely painless, I'm going to say, just putting it out there, okay? Completely painless, non-intrusive, it's actually quite sweet. Wakes you up in the morning. Anyhow, side point. So anyhow, basically, it's supplied by a robot-like thing that you put into your scalp, and it actually depolarizes the neurons in your brain, essentially kind of research. So basically, and that's transcranial magnetic stimulation. Transcranial direct current stimulation is an electrical stimulation.
And that's what Think does.
Yeah, and so, and my understanding is they've cited, certainly down at the bottom of their website, they've cited some research. I haven't looked into the validity or, how robust that research actually is, so I'm not at this point in time going to give an opinion on how sound the science is behind their products. I'm an Ideapod member, so perhaps I might just post something on that one. About how robust their science is. But at the moment, as I said, I'm not going to give an opinion on how robust it is because I haven't actually looked into it.
Sammy, I think, Sammy, did you want to? Yeah, look, I think it's really interesting. I think that there's a lot of research going on, both TMS and direct current stimulation at the moment. The research is mixed, I would say, certainly, as you would know in your own business. So the research is quite mixed, but it really is moving forward at rapid rates, primarily because a lot of patients that we see, especially because I work in mental health, so a lot of patients we see are still getting stuff like EPT, which is direct current stimulation, and it actually induces seizures in patients. So,
whereas TMS doesn't induce a seizure, and you're fully conscious throughout the whole process of TMS. There's no seizure. There's been no short-term memory loss. No short-term memory loss, no long-term memory loss. There's no seizure. There's no loss of consciousness. There's no anesthesia involved. So there's no lag time after where someone will actually quite commonly forget
no one goes
a whole day
rest.
after they've had ECT, and you have to redirect them back to the room to be staying in for 3 weeks. That's what happens after ECT.
So as far as returning to sort of things, I think the limitations, there's some limitations to that. I think there's a lot of research out there, but it's in that sort of really grey area. And to be honest, I mean, I think it's two electrodes like that. It's two electrodes, right? And the sensitivity of looking at just two electrodes, how many stages you use stimulating the orbitofrontal brain? I don't know. These guys, they've done they've been working. It's super individual.
They're very well funded. I think for the last PC round, it's about 13 million.
That's right.
What outcomes are looking to achieve through that particular project? Is it just to reduce the brain? Like a visual
think what the claim on the website is that they want to reduce the state of
okay, it's like reasoning.
Keywords. I mean,
that's right. I think the research on something like that is really.
But who knows what they know?
And the thing is,
they've done more.
Absolutely. Fundamentally, the problem when you have any sort of magnetic or direct current stimulation, the thing is, the brain's deep. So you don't get into the subcortical areas at all, and while behaviorally you can affect the subcortical area. So I guess we're returning to our approach is we want to affect the subcortical areas as well. So we want to get activation in the areas of the brain beyond just the surface. So it all comes back to EEG technology, which is the encephalograph technology, which is basically what sensors around and the brain waves and all that sort of stuff, which is used a lot for seizures, etc., and it's well established in the biofeedback literature and all that sort of stuff, which is fantastic. But it's surface based. It's not really. So there is stuff like the brain stimulation, but that requires surgery. And it's only used very, very
Justin?
Yeah, I was thinking, tell us what we're about to do.
Okay, well,
Experience.
all right. Well, we have a whole bunch. So the VR is just about to explode. So VR is, in a way, it's like in the 90s. I don't know how many people have seen the Warm Iron Man. But in the 90s, there was a movement that started to take off in VR. But unfortunately, the hardware was just so expensive, so specialized, it never became really a commercial product. In the last couple of years, something amazing has happened, which in a way we knew would happen for more talk. Everyone in this room probably has a supercomputer in the pocket, right? So what we're going to show you is we've got a whole bunch of different head-mounted displays, starting from a really sort of low-end Google Cardboard, which is all you need to experience VR now with your supercomputer in your pocket. So you can pick one of these up for $30.
And when we're talking head $5, there you go. When you're talking head-mounted displays, that basically means a bunch of goggles. In layperson's terms, a bunch of goggles you put on your head to really basic experience.
So in the last 6 months, Google have moved, well, not necessarily Google. Google are the ones that, Google have their 20% time. One of the super smart guys in Google created Google Cardboard. Since they released that, was it August?
Much last year.
Okay, so since then, there's been over 500,000 Google Cardboards that have been sold. That's the low end. So what we're going to show you tonight is we have a few different steps. We have a couple of Google Cardboards. We have some modified Google Cardboards because we're going to play around with things. We have some cheap Chinese import head-mounted displays that we can play around with. But we also have the very, very high-end state-of-the-art VR systems. So it's a
mobile-based VR system.
What?
The state-of-the-art stuff can be $10,000.
Oh, yeah.
But it's size.
Yeah, it's not a great deal better.
No,
That's right. 10 years ago, but
right.
I think also too, for those people who are online on glasses, I know Sammy does have a Google Cardboard here, the exact design for glasses. So you can actually wear your glasses and just putting it out there for those who are depending on.
But from a liminal perspective, like the key why we chose this is all the technology is already in your pockets. Like if you can buy a headset for $5, these things are new. People will be buying these things for Christmas.
fundamentally all virtual reality is very short. You can just take each of your eyes and take that. You can use every mobile phone has a dark script, which can be orientation of the phone, and a really high resolution, really powerful processor. That's what it needs to be out. So these cardboard all these two lenses and a map to your phone. That literally, you can hold the lenses in front of your eyes and virtual reality. So that's all it takes. So in terms of what we've actually got today, we've got a
and a lot of programming.
Oh, yeah, I mean, in terms of
it takes a really
what the consumer is making virtual reality. I did about 4 weeks and
Yeah.
So let's just say, coming back to what we're going to be showing you as well, we are going to be showing you a very, very early prototype for a car state. We're not really going to get into too much of some of the other experimental stuff in other states that we're working on. We're holding that a little bit close to our chest, but you guys are going to be able to experience what we've been working on, so you can at least see the direction that we're moving and the sorts of experiences that we'll be able to create in the future.
Any feedback too would be appreciated. So, what you like, what you don't like.
Just not on camera.
Is very much appreciated, and I think I can speak for all of us. You can approach any one of us with feedback if you wish. That's why we're kind of
Ideas. Questions.
We're putting it out there for that, and we appreciate feedback. Good, bad, or ugly. It's all good feedback for us to move forward, and that's what we're all about.
We've given each other enough bad feedback that we've got pretty bad. I think that's fair to say. We're pretty honest.
Right, and in fact, it's funny because kind of how Nick and I met, the relationship that we started with
we tried to bring that into the team. Like, I will argue with Sammy about things, and it's amazing because Sammy is a PhD neuroscientist. He doesn't just say, "Me, Damian, heck off." Yeah. So we have this very, very open relationship. We have these, we box about things. You know, it's like, well, I think this is going to work, and then someone will say, "Well, no, they can't work." It's like, well, why? Show me the stuff. So we have a huge amount of respect for each other, which allows us to be brutal in our criticisms. And I think that has been a key factor in us moving forward as quickly and as efficiently as we have.
I don't know. Does anyone else have the final questions?
Oh, I'm just thinking, it's not really a question, it's more of a statement, but how quickly we are to get better. And whatever you're making now, it might be pale in comparison to the exact same experience 2 years from now. That might, there might be a crossover point where it works twice as good.
And from Liminal's perspective, that's one of our big dilemmas.
Yeah.
Like we want the first mover advantage. We want to be in there early and get in the game, get some skills in the game. But things could shift, and assumptions that we have about the industry could change dramatically in a couple of years' time. So that's something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on constantly. Every day you look up, I get a Google alert that just tells me something new about VR that's happening that I just hadn't imagined before. So
the other advantage is, I think, in psychological science, they've been doing VR for a while now. So there's a lot of VR out there. So we can always, and that research is well established, and we can leverage the technological aspects of it. So the stuff like things we have in terms of movement, refresh rate, and all that sort of stuff. There are ways to improve it. We can't account for it fully because there are limitations to devices in terms of the refresh rates and the like. But we're working on it. We've got options, we've got opportunities because Box is genius, and we've got the information, so it makes a real difference. Yeah,
that's right. But the good news is we've got some really cool tech for everyone to try, and I think everyone is really keen to this.
I'll throw it over to you guys.
So let's why don't we get some stuff out and then give people a spin.
And meanwhile, if anyone's not watching, feel free to eat,
Yeah.
drink,
That's
be
right.
merry.
and ask us any questions.
Yeah,
That's right.
the pride's same one.
Damian, thanks so much for sharing. It's
Yeah.
so exciting to hear about this exciting issue. So we're really excited to do it. We're all here to support, and we're really looking forward to giving it a shot as well. So, Everyone, if you don't know what virtual reality really is, the best way, I'm sure, is to experience it. So let's give it a shot.
But if you don't know what Ideapod is, this is your Ideapod.
Yeah, I just want to say before we finish the formal presentation. So, thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Like, none of this would have happened. None of us would be sitting here today if it wasn't for Nick and I arguing on Ideapod at 3 a.m. And it's amazing.
And Justin bringing us together in real life.
Yeah.
So,
thank you. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right, let's give it a shot. Awesome. Yeah. There you
Standing on. Is there a
Young people. Most trustworthy personality.
Yeah, this is great.
Hold your hands up for your face. Hang on. What's this? You should hold your hands up. Look at that. My goodness. It's checking your hands. Hey, it's doing Dave.
pretty good stuff. Capture it first time. But you don't know why I'm doing this. That's the thing. Someone else got to have a look at this.
Yeah.
Keep on going.
No, I'm.
What do you think, Ray? How does it feel?
I want to know. Yeah, I know, but I want to know what causes it.
Well, this is a IR camera. It's got 2 different cameras.
Yeah.
And then it knows about your hands. So it's reconstruction model.
Reconstruction.
Yeah, so it knows the actual.
What are all the things?
Oh, they're just part of the following this business. And then tractor inside your hand.
Is that coming from there, or are they just picking up things that
So
are
there's
there?
a screen in here. The screen's showing you each one. And then my computer is doing the process. So it's a 3-way team.
Because the next step, let everyone have a look. Next step is how that helps people.
Well, this is a fun little game with this one. This is particularly useful.
How did it feel, Graham? Was it an interesting first VR experience?
Well, it feels very different. I'll probably look really stupid.
No.
There's things going all over the place.
But you know what? We've all stupid. We meet up with cafes. And so probably one of it. But you know what? Though, more than that, people like, what's that? And like, who gets wicked? Like every way that we can add, as well as have it all. Like, yeah, it's like, so there's a lot of
If I look around like
You shouldn't see us, right?
yeah, it can be, but I think it's very good.
If you play
There's
with another
been
flavor.
different applications for it. So with stuff like
So now there are spheres or
I'm in a new world.
well, partially.
How does that help me get over?
Well, one of the therapies
Was it a big
It was lovely. I thought it was another world. I couldn't stay there. I couldn't just move around Buffalo and beautiful. Really,
natural, but it feels good. You're the master.
Really kind of like this is mental. It's just an operating thing. Do you have to keep going?
Yeah, so as far as the other you feel like so much like human all of the foot down first feel like this band of attachment you feel like it's like
takes stuff away from your body.
yeah. We're going into a new one. Yeah.
So that's all.
I'm just wondering how who are these things?
similar passion.
So I'm very much in tune with much inspiration.
Easier than it sounds.
I'd love to give it a shot.
So I'll place you. This one's like a bad argument simulator. It's just lost an argument. It's not complicated. I'll scrap it up.
Can I stand for it?
You're sitting in there well.
Oh, okay. It doesn't come out.
In terms of
So the character in front of you, her gaze interaction based on what was humans. In that beautiful way, she'll tend to look at wow. NPCs can be given its own character.
Juliet wants to go.
You're explain it.
It's hard of putting it up.
Wow.
Is your vision bad? Are you fast or short sighted? I'll try it on.
That was intense. Like, that was the simulation. The angriest girlfriend. And got someone sitting right.
So, if I remember you using a model of if you start looking at noticing
I changed my own.
and you notice that she's staring right into your eyes.
You actually feel it's through the discovery of EFT.
So it'll limit less
Sorry, Laura.
I'm going to
I'm going
What are they? It's all
yeah, no.
Whatever we thought, as you said, it's a story with process.
I really call myself apparently I'm not allowed to.
You might know your program.
No brain damage.
Your plug is here.
So the emotion.
What am I supposed to be looking at? I see the girl turning her head around.
So you should be able to respond to the She's meant to see human life, even though it's a virtual character. I'll show you my favorite one.
Yeah, I did.
This is my
So we primarily use what I post-traumatic stress and they use it as an so they use it.
So I can take them away. Still must be a hands on So it should say press B to reset.
B.
Say that? What do you say?
Material relevance.
Try that.
You've
just lost an argument.
The thing is, at the moment, the team. Hey, I have to get people who are,
You're beautiful.
I guess,
I don't stay right through it. It's okay. My name's
being the lawyer.
I think that what would be
that is amazing. I like that.
So it's a good team.
It's amazing. Hi. How are you? just I've been looking at this woman.
Jumping Chris there. Yeah.
No, I'm not next. How are you? I'm good.
The formal technique is to put it on your eyes first, and then like,
I was thinking the same woman. She was looking away and
so she's using a model human.
So actually,
She's very 3D.
And then you can take it further and further. In virtual reality at the moment, that's where it's mainly the combination of the eye. Just like you can focus on your hand. Yes. Yeah, so this is year 0. So the thing.
Sit down.
No, you don't. No, okay, you don't meet the girl from the cafe. Have you met the girl from the cafe?
No, that's what I want to meet.
Yeah, go meet her. She did not tend to talk back to us though, but she was Salon. Yes. Sorry.
No. Bad arguments.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, this is multi.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to try this.
You're virtual reality.
It's like what now?
Your brain doesn't
Bye. Bye.
So can I look at the lady cafe tournament?
Is that too loose?
Yeah, a bit. If you do something, will she do something back to you?
No, she'll look around based on how you look. So if you look away from her, she'll turn to you. And she'll look away from you.
So is your main point?
Means you can stand up, look behind her.
One of her demos is an apartment. That's why I had to step forward.
I want to charge.
Yeah,
we've got two.
I'm drinking that regularly.
Presence. Immersion is this, which is like really cool. Presence is when you forget all that.
Oh my gosh, you can see when you stand up.
Presence is like you broke up with that.
Yeah.
The consumer version is kind of low, like this low resolution, bad tracking is just one of those things.
Yeah, she looks really angry.
Yeah, we've got some
Wow. Amazing.
Angry at everybody or angry at
angry at you.
Angry at everyone.
She looks like she's caught you fooling around with it.
But she hates you. Wow. Amazing.
Can you interact with it?
No.
No.
Oh, well, a bit.
A little bit.
A bit.
Did your eyes, once you took it off,
Not
you took, have you ever played Guitar Hero when you were younger?
What do you mean?
Kind of like, the whole, because you're doing, I don't know, it's not quite the same, but the feeling's the same.
It makes your eyes focus on things.
If you stand up,
And
right?
then when you take it out, it's suddenly like this.
Stand up.
Yeah. I should look at you.
It's not quite focused.
No, you won't.
It really is.
Yes, she gives a bit now.
Yeah.
Oh, there.
The brain adapts really, really quickly. The brain actually adapts really, really quickly. It's a different, if you change, like, it's like, you can put present lenses and stuff like that.
Graham likes me in school.
And it affects,
You've enjoyed me.
I'm trying to get her to interact.
and they do that, basically. So,
That's better.
really, really adaptive. So it's quite overwhelming. But again, you get once you just like there is to say half-life.
Oh, absolutely. This is originally created. Not bad. It's not macros. It's trying to find video going on. So it's not really revolutionary.
Well, yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's what they're
it's been used for the last 30 years in therapeutic settings. So,
Let's say everything up.
So it's kind of skill. Yeah, so you can get that. Really, really intriguing. So, yeah, there's a quick use in that. Every day. Yeah, so look, this is, yeah, and this is described really expensive. So, so you're like in a place where it's we're doing that, so and it doesn't require any work.
Let's say I was fixed on this side. They like a mirror there, and so I can see this side moving, but I think that that's so maybe I would say have you read Woodley Race? About children to
when you think about it,
Find a way. Find a way.
I put my ideas on and have conversations, feel like good conversations, get things right. Yeah, exactly.
two went in front of the one went in front so you become risk averse. I reckon it'd be this is why you're here. I don't know what you do. That's right, because every commercializes. Anyway, I've called you lots of times. So anyway, the brightness of screen, what is it in terms of measured brightness? You know?
Oh.
Yeah. So like,
for example, the note 4 is the brightest screen,
which is lumens.
Yeah, it's in lumens, but
but I can find those specs online.
Yeah, easily. Like, because they manufacture pro that our screen is bright.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you want to look at it. So they measure it, they tell you lumens, they also tell you how bright it's correct online, and how bright it's dark. This one is dark.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, it's just I'm thinking for some of our futures, that's one thing. If we can get enough brightness in this mode. Yeah. Because I'm thinking, like, you know, we're talking about sleep, right?
It might be similar to the same.
Anyway, but anyway, all right. So I can find that on the website, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, of course.
So you want to look at, say, I would say the ones you're looking at S5, G3, and like those are the models. So it's going to get price. This is light and thin.
Light and then lack of.
Yeah.
Those two things.
Also,
turn this into a rich difference. I just realized my minutes before I left, and it runs like 5 it gets slower and slower. The bubbles start killing themselves. So I was like, oh, it's running really slow. Looked down, it's like a billion bubbles, 5 distance away. Not too bad. Camera controller. I'm in the process of changing this into a riff demo. So we take 2 minutes.
Yeah, no. I want to work with that.
maybe it's a
What?
Do you want a drink?
I'm alright.
That's it. Well, how do you go back? Always an experience. How amazing. Given the choice of the same.
Oh yeah.
I do want to go to.
I crushed it.
It's just different. And they have elections on next year. Military troops.
That's right. Some of them are really singing. It's all doing right.
Not to make me Laura, she's a woman who has opposed this regime for like 40 years and lost everything. She's like giving the first proper democratic president. She's like in house arrest for 25 years.
Vegetables.
Yeah, so yeah, she's pretty.
So what one would like some guacamole and vegetables?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Yeah, so
Yeah, well, I just like getting it out.
They went to I had a friend that lived in Paris and his mum was so I asked him this is sound very great. I don't know, it's weird, like why exposed to it and it's like what I've heard. And they're like these weird, pick it up, you know, you could be looking for a mag and it's like, the name will pop up, the image will pop up, or something.
I mean, really, yeah, don't worry about
I'm sure she did. I think even like journalists and stuff like that, so with the permission of the trying to go in and change so she had interaction. She's like, now it's like a change in mindset. I don't know.
Well, that's where I
I think that some corporation somewhere is managing the transformation of this country. Because there were wars no longer. Or maybe this is just
there is a way, there's a process.
Yeah. We have to start. Everyone's asking that. First president. I'm sure that others as nation states.
sort of like something like that, we can then log in terms of commercial stuff, and it sets up for a yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So we're jumpstart. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, another thing is my research has been thousands of published articles, so that was that. So
well, I reckon this must be fun for you.
Very fun. The most fun thing that's happened to me ever. By far.
Did you have to spend a lot of time to get it all ready?
A fair bit of time. I mean, my magnum opus, my first really big project, probably took about 4 months. But that was while working full time as a barista. So, I mean, you get a lot done pretty quickly. Maybe a week or two for a simple project.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, so you can iterate quite quickly.
Yeah,
But are you doing this full time now, or is it?
Yeah, so I'm now full time.
What were you doing before that? Some other computer work?
Well, no, I was a barista. I was a barista.
What's that?
A coffee maker. I made coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah, a barista, right? This is like a hobby of mine. And then I got an email from Damian.
It's change.
Yeah, so I taught myself online. And do all this stuff.
It's very fascinating, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's I've become a bit of a futurist. I was a bit of a Luddite before. Very much a hippie, go to festivals. I didn't like computers at all. And now I'm very much a futurist, technology obsessed.
So you got to like your computer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how it's changed very quickly for me. About a year ago, I hated computers.
Yeah, that's a quick change.
Those who know me well are not surprised. I've done 6 university courses first year only. Got bored.
Six?
Yeah, I did maths and physics. It's like philosophy and Japanese.
Did I get you with hex 4, 6?
I don't want to think about that, to be honest. That's probably for later on.
Well, it should be fun.
I think so. I think so. I think that's what you see the convergence of one different technology into something very strange in about 10 to 15 years' time. I'm very careful about
it's so I do think it's not reverent for it to be treatment. Whether or not it actually plus, I remember when I was without taking into account the phenomenon, track control and some heavy release
I think one of the
Is this one still on? Or?
Yeah, I didn't read that. It was bizarrely not working.
Oh, okay.
I didn't read that.
Because it's such early days for us.
He's stressing just that one demo.
That one now, like, it's it.
Physicists. We do. Actually, for everything. It's true, and they'll tell you that. Thank you for everything.
This is a big
So I'm just going to yeah.
Missing out on the game.
How many called joint VR is that? How many are called joint VR?
Joint VR.
Oh, really? That's amazing. So they're doing recording right now. So they're doing performing that concert. So you sit there on the piano watching you play, you look at the crowd, and all that. But it's going to be live, right? So you can pay for a front row seat. That's a football game. Yeah. Right here, and then the ball goes over there, and you're on that seat. And you can follow it. For example. Yeah,
What the joint VR? Is it?
G-A-U-N-T.
G-A-U-N-T.
Yeah, they deliver the CES. So they're check this out. It's a racing game. So you control it. Yeah, I'm seeing headphones on.
Where the racing?
Yeah, there you go. Ready?
Space?
Yeah. So moving forward. Does that work?
Yeah. Oh, it's
You can play Wipeout.
I feel sick.
Yeah?
Can I give it a shot?
Try it out.
I think I'll show you something intense. I would feel that first.
It doesn't feel sick.
You can feel it.
You can feel
the emotion.
Try to say.
This was a short burst step.
Yeah?
This is like the thing about VR is the more you do it, the more you become. So that won't feel a thing. To steer and press the arrow keys. Forward, left, forward, left.
Yeah, and there's
Yeah.
It's all this is that's right. That's what wants to know. This is that's right. Thank you. Thanks.
It goes because more of the roller coasters you can go on, which they actually make you feel sick.
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
I think it's a vestibular motor. Vestibular motor. Like in a car, you go motion sick because you can feel motion, you can't see motion. This one you can see motion. Yeah, so you get more resistance. I've got a week short this every day. After several months, it's difficult to do. And certain experiences feel really.
I felt the transition. I got up and suddenly parts of the eye.
Yeah, like I was saying, just see that as well. So your brain kind of wants to move. Jesus Christ. Intense, right?
Did you feel your gut?
Eh?
Did you feel in your gut? You did? I'll try that again.
It's wild. People are wildly more sensitive.
What's that?
Some people are really sensitive. Some people are.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I like it.
Supported by anecdotes. The more sensitive people are. The more optimistic they get, the more their brain understands reality. So people who go, oh, you're super reading. People who go, oh my god, this is what is happening right now. Also think it out. Oh, it's my theory.
Yes, smart, which feeds into smart, which is a consistent. So there's that side thing as well. Vision. Yeah. So my smart vision. The set, like the acuity of the perception as well. Yeah, I know it was drawing out a little bit. Absolutely. One bias. It also very reliable, so they're kind of three things.
First time.
Yeah, it takes a little while. Past the initial
There's opponents and whatever race.
It's not really my area of interest. I don't know what it does. Yeah, so the thing that I'm doing is not
when I had a look at all that, I really think there's something here right here where I've done some reading. So it's forced me to go away and figure it out.
It's being vehicles or something that has a logical sense of much easier. Really interesting to see what happens with
That's right, exactly. That's like a, although one of the things I'm noticing is that there's modernised the way that they're being priced and sold and stuff is very different, and not that I kept this close on. That's a well, yeah, we've got we bought a trailer last year. Said so we bought 10 of them. This is the first time so they've just looked at my gut feelings. Some of them. So, but we've got a whole we use so many around what that's probably the
overseas developers. And then that people sell into those spaces. In some ways, quite well. One's around yes, really, it's about when you want some relationship and something others. Where there is a range of things that kind of looks the same. Yeah. What's the difference?
Yeah. And China's also a whole bunch of money. So yeah,
That's very good.
that's the thing of VR. You haven't done. For example, when I was showing this one area, you drop to 74. Like 1 second. It's so